Final Fantasy VII Remake is so close, yet so far. With E3 less than a few weeks away, I would like to explain why I believe Final Fantasy VII Remake will be a masterpiece. We can start with the engine. Final Fantasy VII Remake is using Unreal Engine 4 this time around, unlike the last title, Final Fantasy XV, where they used their own in-house engine. This should dismiss any development trouble they had in the past and would partly explain why development is going much smoother this time around. Another reason for my optimism is the team. The key members of the Final Fantasy VII Remake team are somewhat of a dream team when it comes to game development. We have Tetsuya Nomura and Naoki Hamaguchi both directing. Nomura is best known for his Kingdom Hearts series, and Hamaguchi is best known for his project lead on Mobius Final Fantasy. Yoshinori Kitase will be producing, who is best known for his involvement with Final Fantasy VI, 8, and 10. He himself has been involved in multiple masterpieces in the Final Fantasy collection. Kazushige Nojima, the original writer of the Final Fantasy VII story, will be making a return for this project. We literally couldn't ask for a better writer for the Final Fantasy VII Remake if we tried. One of the most valuable aspects of any piece of media, the music, is being composed and led by Nobuo Uematsu. He is known for composing most of the Final Fantasy music and is arguably the most highly renowned composer in all of video games. We already have all the ingredients to a great video game. It is just a matter of cooking it to create an inevitable masterpiece. Now, what about the battle system? This game is in no way comparable to the Final Fantasy XV battle system. A common misconception is that due to its action RPG nature, it must be similar to the Final Fantasy XV battle mechanics. As we have seen in the teaser from State of Play, this couldn't be farther from the truth. Final Fantasy VII Remake has taken a more realistic approach with its battle system. We will not be phasing out of attacks or conjuring weapons from the air. We won't be holding down the attack button to defeat our enemies. Magic, although not yet shown, will likely be used in a different way due to it being accessed by materia rather than gathering elements and being mixed with items. Final Fantasy VII Remake shows a more tactical approach to taking on enemies. Blocking negates a portion of damage, whereas in Final Fantasy XV, you could avoid all damage by holding square. We will not be able to just hold down an attack until our enemies are defeated, as it looks as though timing will be quite important in the Final Fantasy VII Remake when taking on an enemy. All our party members will have a vital role in battles, which forces us as the player to utilize everyone in our party rather than going forward with one character the entire game. The Final Fantasy VII Remake literally in all aspects will differentiate itself from not only Final Fantasy XV, but all action RPGs to date, leaving one similarity, that being the ability to move while in battle. Naturally, we have to discuss Final Fantasy VII Remake's open world. Final Fantasy VII was one of the first games I experienced that made me feel like I was engulfed in an enormous open world that felt limitless. With the technology we have to date, those feelings can be reignited and recreated once again. We have all the tools to do so, and with development team working on this, we have the perfect team for just that. The Final Fantasy VII Remake trailers and teasers have truly shown how expansive this game is when modernized with today's technology. We have only seen inside Midgar. With the thought of the outside world, I begin to imagine these wide landscapes, oceans, wildlife, and roads with vehicles that populate Gaia, recreating the feeling I had in 1997 when leaving Midgar for the first time. And at the heart of it all are the characters and story. The beauty of Final Fantasy VII Remake is that the characters and story have already been done. To this day, they still hold up as some of the best. All that will be required is fleshing out the already beautifully detailed personalities and stories told in the Final Fantasy VII universe. In this respect, Final Fantasy VII Remake is already a masterpiece. The major difference this time will be the game will be split into separate parts. If leaks are to be believed, the FF7 Remake will be in 2 parts. If true, it would be fitting with the flow of the Final Fantasy VII story. Final Fantasy VII Remake is just on the horizon. With that will be a huge presence at E3 2019. Will we be pleasantly surprised? Only time will tell. In the meantime, if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, like, and let me know in the comments what you are most excited for in the Final Fantasy VII Remake.